You ever stare at a project, something you actually want to do, but you just can't get started? I mean, we've all been there. It's so frustrating. But what if the reason you're stuck has nothing to do with your willpower? What if it's all about a massive mismatch between how your brain works and the advice everyone keeps giving you? Okay, let's get into it. Ah, yes. Just do it. We've all heard it a million times, right? It's on billboards. It's what motivational speakers preach. But for a lot of us, that kind of advice just ends up in the graveyard of failed New Year's resolutions. And when just doing it falls flat, we end up feeling like we're the problem, not the advice. And that's a big question we're tackling here. What if the whole playbook for motivation, the rewards, the praise, the simple goals, what if it's designed for a totally different kind of person? And for people like us, what if it actually makes things worse? To really figure this out, we gotta start by putting this standard advice under a microscope. So let's line up the usual suspects and see what we're really dealing with. So these are the big ones. They're all based on this super simple idea, right? It's almost transactional. If you add a reward to something, you'll get more of it. A bonus for finishing a project, a piece of cake for hitting the gym, a good job for your work. It seems to make sense, but it kind of assumes motivation is just a simple input-output machine. Okay, but this is where the whole investigation pivots. Because maybe the problem isn't the tools themselves, but who we're trying to use them on. It's time to profile the kind of person this advice just doesn't work for, the complex thinker. This is the real missing piece of the puzzle. So who exactly is a complex thinker? Well, it's someone who isn't just trying to check a box and get a task done. Nope, they're powered by this internal engine of curiosity. They have to understand the big picture, the why behind it all. For them, the real prize isn't the treat at the end of the maze. It's the thrill of figuring out the maze itself. So, does any of this sound like you? Do you feel totally boxed in by micromanagement and really rigid rules? Do you get a bigger kick out of mastering a really tough skill than you do from the praise you get afterward? If you're sitting there nodding your head, well, there's a good chance the standard motivational playbook was never even written for you. And this brings us right to the heart of the matter. We've got our usual suspects, that standard advice, and we've got our profile of the complex thinker. So what happens when these two collide? This is where we uncover the core of the mismatch. Just look at this. It lays out the conflict so perfectly. Standard logic says, task plus reward equals more motivation. Simple. But for the complex thinker, it's the complete opposite. Adding an external reward can feel like a bribe, or even a leash. It strips away their sense of autonomy, that freedom to attack the problem their own way. And all of a sudden, this interesting puzzle just feels like a choice. Let's just walk through how this goes down, step by step. So it all starts with that awesome spark of curiosity. A challenge pops up and you're genuinely interested. But then someone dangles a simple reward. Hey, finish this and you'll get a gift card. Boom. Instantly, your brain's focus shifts. You're not exploring the problem anymore. You're just jumping through hoops to get the prize. And that genuine curiosity that started the whole thing, it just gets snuffed out. So here's the bottom line. The standard advice fails because it totally misunderstands what actually gets a complex thinker going. It ignores their deep-seated need for freedom and control. It dumbs down interesting problems until they're boring, and it replaces that pure, simple joy of discovery with a cheap transaction. It's trying to turn a creative act into an assembly line job. So where does all this leave us? I mean, are we just doomed to feel unmotivated? Absolutely not. Our investigation has reached its verdict, and it actually gives us a really powerful new lead on how to move forward. So here it is. The verdict is in. And guess what? The problem was never you. It was the tool. Standard motivation is guilty of being a one-size-fits-all hammer, when what you really needed was a precision screwdriver. All that frustration you felt, it's completely valid. You've been trying to play chess with the instructions for checkers. And this, right here, is the most important thing to take away from all of this. Stop looking for motivation like it's a set of keys you lost. Instead, think of yourself as an architect. Your new job is to design an environment for yourself, a system for your work, a new way of framing tasks that actually protects and feeds your natural curiosity and your need for freedom. Honestly, by understanding this mismatch, you've already done the hardest part. You've diagnosed the real problem. So I'll leave you with this question. Knowing now that your drive comes from autonomy, from curiosity, from mastery, what's just one small thing you can change today to start building a system that finally actually works for you?